but there's a lot coming through here. And what this is saying is we may actually get quite angry, okay? Because once we start saying, God, we've been living our life, I've been doing that because they said that I had to do that, and because of that, and because of that, and we could get angry with this, okay? What they're saying here is please use that energy elsewhere, because getting angry at somebody in the past is, again, replaying that old story. It's still staying in that victim mode, okay? And the best way to get back at somebody is to get on, okay? So that's it. You know what? You told me I couldn't do it. Watch me, you know, and that is it. And use this fire, because that's what anger is. It's our fire, it's our passion, and use that to drive us forward to live the life we know that we were born to live, rather than the life that somebody was telling us that we had to. So getting angry at them, it's still turning back. So we're turning forward, and this is where we're going, okay? And what this will give us is mental freedom. Because this is it, when our mind is free, our mind can open more to possibilities, okay? When our mind is constantly battling about what has happened and what other people are doing and what they're telling us to do and why we can't do this, we are using up so much of our mental energy. And it doesn't matter how free we are in our lives, we are still a prisoner of our minds and still a prisoner of other people's ideals. So this is about freeing your mind, you know, and like I say, everything's moving very, very fast. So this is very, very intense, what is coming through. So what they're saying here is we need to be in silence, okay? This is what we need. We need to listen without trying to come up with answers in our brain, because our soul will ask a question, the ego will try and answer it, and the ego always knows loudest, okay? The soul, it's quite a whisper. You know, you've got to really, really listen hard to hear what your soul says. So this is about going inward, okay? Using your third eye, using your inner vision, okay? And seeing, right, okay, where do I go? Checking on that internal compass, seeing what isn't right around your life, seeing there is nothing wrong with you, okay? Taking away the labels, you know, taking away the label of, oh, I'm depressed, taking away of I've got this illness, taking away of this is what's happened to me, taking away the, you know, that I'm a victim and life isn't easy for me, taking all of them away and realizing that you are as pure as the day you were born. You have just had experiences. And this is what we came here to do. You know, we are spiritual beings coming here to have human experiences. And when we realize that every experience we've had, no matter how painful or hard it is to actually move us forward so we can raise in vibration and get nearer to the love that we came from and the love that we were returned to, then we see that, right, okay, you know, this isn't anything to be bad. I've actually been gifted. I've been blessed to experience what I have, because I now have the knowledge to move on, and I have now grown within that. So I hope that makes sense to some of you there. But this is it, you know, the clouds are parting when we actually decide to part them. Okay. So, wow, that was a lot heavy. They're saying there, return to innocence. Was that an Enigma song or something? Return to innocence? Don't know what that is, but yeah, we've got to return to innocence, because that is who we are. We've just had experience. Yeah. So, right. Okay. Now 21 minutes in, I'm going to start the readings for everybody. Wow, that was really deep. Yeah. Wow, you speak beautiful words. Thank you, Tina, but they're not mine. When I sit down to this, I don't know what's going to come out. It's like I say, I pass them on. I just pass them on. You know, it's like I say, I never know. Sometimes they give me a lot, sometimes they don't. So, right, I'm going to do readings for all of the star signs here for this Gemini moon, and see what they're wanting us, what's going to be challenging, what it is that we can look for, what it's trying to tell us, okay? So like I say, it is going to be a bit of a struggle, but if we surrender and stop resisting, then we will glide through it, and we will glide through with grace. Yeah? So right, okay, so for Aries, what do we have for this coming moon? like source directing to us. Thank you, Marianne. That was spot on, Deborah, was it? You know what? I won't remember it. I'll have to watch this back to see what was being said. Right, okay. Aries. This is interesting. I mean, like I say, I'm talking about this full moon. What this is saying is that your preoccupation with the past and what was has become kind of an addiction. It's really, this is almost like you are giving your power to the past and not believing that you can actually have happy. Now, with Aries, what I'm getting here is, again, this is this masculine feminine thing, but this is very much around relationships, I feel. And it's something that happened within your childhood that has been this burden that has somehow made you feel in some way that you are cursed, that you are destined not to be happy or something like that. It's almost like this is the feeling I'm getting. And what they're saying is, because of this belief, and this belief has now become deep rooted, okay, this is keeping you in the dark, okay, and stopping you from experiencing the light and love that you deserve. Now, what they're saying, this Gemini moon could be quite a psychic moon for you, okay, because there is something connected to relationships, and it's almost like the... I don't talk about God a lot because I don't believe in God as such, but it's almost like this hand of God is trying to come down and pull you up to raise your vibration. Within relationships, you're still sitting in this ego, okay? Still sitting in the human experience of this and feeling that in somehow relationships are doomed, or they're fated, or you're not very good at them, or you don't know how to love, or you don't know how to be loved, or all of these excuses, whatever, and sorry, this isn't me saying excuses, this is what is coming through. But what they're saying is, if you tackle your past, if you face it head on and say that was not true, you look at the things that you were told or the things that you've been shown, especially around love, okay, and you look at them and you laugh in the face of them, you will see that they then shrink and they have no power over you, okay, because there is something powerful here for you, okay? Something powerful on the love front and on the self-love front as well. And if you take this opportunity of this Gemini moon, okay, if you let go of the anger and the resentment that you are holding, then this will actually raise you, and it's what's that song? You raise me up. And this is what it's trying to do. This is what is trying to happen for you. There is a purity coming in with this, but you need to let go of the past, and especially need to let go of what your idea of masculine and feminine was. Look at the male figures in your life, Aries, that were around when you were young. Look at, were they loving? Were they kind? Were they strong? Were they weak? Were they abusive? Look at the male figures, then look at the female figures and see what roles you were taught when you were young and how them roles have carried on within your life. Okay, because there's a big switch around, and it's almost like saying here that you need to let this go, because when you let this go, okay, this is when you can let everything that is coming to you be, and it will be beautiful. What I'm seeing here, it's massively healing, it's loving, it's bright, it's it's all of that. But you need to step out of your story and see that that was fiction, okay? That was fiction. It was somebody else's story that you were inhabiting. So this is it. It's going to be a big one for you, Aries, I think. Whoa. Right. So I've just pulled a spirit card, and look at that. Look at the beauty. And this is coming out of the darkness into that as well. I don't know if anybody can see, but it looks there like somebody's kind of blowing and reaching a hand out there. Can anybody see that? And what this is saying is, dearest one, rest within the light of your soul. Feel my spirit alive within you, the spirit of the goddess, of nature, the earth, and the stars. accept the love and light that we shower upon you. I was talking about the light there. So this is it, this is infinity. This is, you will go on forever, but your story can stop now. And this is what you need to see. So I hope that makes sense there, Aries. Wow, they're really working me because I've had some time off, haven't they? So who do we have after Aries? Gemini. Right, okay, Gemini, what is going on for Gemini? What is going in for Gemini? What is going on for Gemini? Caught you. Did you get my message? I'm still trying to catch up on messages, Cindy. So it will be there. If I haven't replied to it, then that means I haven't got it yet, but it will be there. Right, okay, so Gemini, right, Gemini, it's Gemini moon, isn't it? So obviously, buckle your seatbelt, I feel. What this is saying is you really, really need to retreat, to rest, and to recuperate, okay? I feel it's almost like, I don't know if some of you Geminis had within the past, again, talking about this masculine, I don't know if there was quite a lot of abuse. I don't know if there was drinking. I don't know if there was stuff like that. What I'm seeing here is not nice. I'm seeing fighting, okay? The fighting of some sort. Not really a nice environment here. And what it's saying is it's time for you to stop fighting that, okay? Time for you to stop fighting it. And it's time for you to find your own place, okay? Your own safe place. The past can't harm you anymore, Gemini, okay? This is what it's saying. This is the wake-up call. And you need to find that fire within you. And you need, within that fire within you, you need to sort of like burn the past to the ground, if that makes sense. This is what it's saying. You've got to burn the past, what's that, burn after reading or something, so it no longer exists, almost put it in a shredder, set fire to it, use it to warm yourself if you want. I've got a wood burner here and I absolutely love it. So this is it. It's almost like loyalty is with you. Spirit are loyal to you, and you do have loyalty around you. So whatever it was in the past, it's time to let this go. This is the thing that the Gemini moon is wanting to show to you, okay? Because only in doing this, when you actually remove the source of the pain, this is when the pain can start to heal, okay? And I feel between now and Christmas is you letting a lot go, but it's letting go of pain, okay? So then it'll be a new year. It'll be fresh. It'll be, it's almost like I'm feeling like fresh, crisp snow there. It's cleansed. There's clarity coming, a lot of clarity of thought for you coming this with this full moon. And like I say, a hell of a lot of healing. It's almost like the clouds are parting here. And thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Spring Blooms. I appreciate that. And yeah, so it's almost like you are paving the way, okay? When you allow yourself to feel this pain, and face it and realize that, why fight it anymore? You're in a safe place now. What will happen is it's almost like it will melt away. I'm getting a lot of snow coming through with this, but if we have a look, snow is there, it's prominent, but then it melts away and we forget that it ever existed. And this is what I feel you need to do with your past. You are safe, you are secure. Maybe write things down, maybe write a letter to your past, or maybe write a letter to yourself in the past. At times when you haven't felt strong enough, write a letter to yourself then and see how much you know now, because this is a beautiful card, but it's almost just time. You need to take yourself away, you need to lick your wounds, and then you need to come back, brighter and fresher and clean and cleansed, okay? This is what's coming in for you, Gemini. So I'm going to pull a spirit card for you as well. Well, I'm sorry that these are quite heavy. I wasn't expecting them, but I should have, because this Gemini moon. I think this one wants to come out. Yeah, so this is the journey, and it's a beautiful card. This, again, lots of blues, lots of healing here. And what this says is you are soaring to new heights, experiment and play. Allow your spirit the freedom to explore new and exciting possibilities for your life. Follow the rainbow across the horizon, for a pot of gold awaits. Like I said before, every experience that we have teaches us something, okay? So what this is saying here is, in order to have that rainbow, you've had to put up with the rain. Very cliche, I know. But like I say, look at how beautiful rainbows are, and look at how much we appreciate them. Okay, I always used to send my emails, love and rainbows. And this is it. This is part of your journey. Okay, so you put the past behind and you head towards that pot of gold, and you realize that any tears that you've had, any sort of soul rains that you've had, have just been getting you to this beautiful place. Okay, so yeah, it's time to heal the pain and get into pleasure, Gemini. Okay, right. Okay, so right, we have, who do we have next? Taurus. God, I'm gonna have to turn this heater off. It is so warm in here. I keep forgetting I'm in Ibiza, it's like I'm in this little log cabin somewhere in the winter in the woods, and I keep forgetting that it's glorious sunshine outside because I'm just so cozy in here. Right, okay, so we're on Taurus. Right, Taurus. Right, okay, Taurus, right, okay. Now, what it's saying to you here is, get out of your head. Please get out of your head. Taurus, they're always, they're sturdy, they're very strong-willed, they're always that, they can tackle anything. But what they're saying here is, this isn't a time for logic. This is a time for intuition, for you going inward, okay? This is a time for you to start to see the signs, start to allow spirit to light your way. It's like, they're showing you the signs, but you're not seeing them because that doesn't make sense, because this is logical, and this is how I've got to look at things. I've got to be practical, and I've got to, I've just got to put my head down and get through this. And this is saying, no, you don't. What you need to do is get into your feels, get into your intuition, sort of connect with spirit, have that conversation with yourselves as well. Look at areas as well where you aren't happy, because I feel in here, Taurus, there are many that don't have the fairy tale. They might have, on paper it might look right, but in here it's kind of not, and it's almost saying that this not having what you want is leading you to where you want, but you have to go higher. You have to go, to your higher self rather than your lower self, which is your logic, if that makes sense. And so this is what it's saying, because what is happening within your head is things are going round and round